So we are back with another Icarus update, week 179, with stone signs and UX improvements. So let's start off with the notable improvements as always. So fixed an Unreal Engine crash that occurs when particle systems are cleaned up while active. Workshop items with missing ownership will now have their ownership set correctly when placed into an exotic delivery pod by the player who brought it down initially. This should fix the issue where envirosuits with missing ownership would be deleted upon trying to return to space via the delivery pod. Items placed in exotic drop pods that cannot be transported to space are now put into an overflow bag instead of being destroyed. Did a UX readability pass on the mission objectives widget? It should now be more readable in the majority of lighting conditions, especially improved in the Arctic. Redid the Greek alphabet map icons as they were too thin to identify easily. So those are the notable improvements, and this week's update is basically the stone signs. This is just adding to the ones that we've already got. We've got the brick ones, I think it's the brick ones we've got into it. And now we've got the stone ones that have been added this week. So this week we're adding a new sign option for lower tech tree tiers, stone signs. These signs provide a more rugged and natural looking alternative to the existing wood and brick variants, and are designed to fit in with early to mid game building styles. Stone signs can be crafted at the measuring bench tier 2 using stone and iron nails, making them accessible without needing to progress too far into the tech tree. They're an excellent option for players who want to organize their bases, label storage areas, or mark outposts without jumping into higher tier materials. Three variants offer 3 different placement options, floor mounted and wall mounted versions, with both tall and angled designs. This gives you flexibility when placing signs on other types of terrain or integrating them into various building layouts. As with all signs in Icarus, these new stone versions are fully customizable. You can edit them to display your own text or icons, making them a functional and aesthetic addition to your structures. So there we go. And they have, I'm not going to go through this too much, but they have done a well, it says next week, but they're going through how they do the updates and the weekly updates and stuff like that. And sometimes the updates are just small, or depends on what kind of week they're having, like with holidays and stuff like that. And obviously they do the big updates every now and then, but in between you get the small updates on a weekly basis. So yeah, as well as the actual bug fixes and stuff like that. So they go through all that, so if you want to read through that you can. But what we're getting next week is the armor stand. Next week we're introducing a new armor stand that lets you display your armor sets or use them as a quick equip station. It's a handy quality of life addition we've enjoyed using during internal testing. Whether you're organizing your base or want to swap gear quickly between missions, the armor stand makes it easier to manage your loadouts and keep things tidy. I actually like that idea. Because you could have multiple of those, and you could have different armor for different situations, and because obviously they've all got their own little big buffs that they can use, or you could have the same armor but with different mods on the alterations, so that you don't have to keep swapping those over, and all you've got to do is just swap your armor over instead. So you could do that. So that's actually a pretty good idea. I'll have to look into that. Anyway guys, that is it for me this week. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.